Dean Family Acres. Alright guys, this is season 7 for us. Wow, can't believe it's really been that long. Looking forward to the new things that we have coming forward, as well as the things that we remember from this past year. Hopefully you guys enjoy today's video as we recap the removal of a huge limb that we lost during Hurricane Helene in the large oak tree. So it took us a little bit more than we thought to get it down, but we may or may not have gotten it down. You will see. So hopefully you enjoy this week's video. Hurricane Helene certainly left its mark, and this massive post oak tree that we have in our backyard dropped a large limb that was hung up, and we needed to figure out a way to finally get it down. It's amazing the power of something like a hurricane and the size of limbs and trees that could just be knocked down. So today we're going to tackle the challenge of safely removing this limb. Because of the angle of the limb, you can see here that it's actually in a fork that's kind of stuck on top of another limb that looked awfully rotten, but was certainly stronger than we expected. But because of the angle and where it was located, we didn't want it falling on top of the rabbit hutch that had already fallen over. Also wasn't sure about pulling the van in the other direction, so we had to try a couple different options, and this was just the first one. Let's proceed to the second option. I'll certainly say that the angle and the areas that we could pull the van into to try and pull with in order to not get stuck or drive over a septic tank, etc., proved to be the biggest challenge. As you can see here, we are still trying to make sure that we can figure out a way to get this loose, and it's just not working out the way that we thought it might. This is try 3, and as you can see, we actually had the strap break, and the way that I had it tied to the hitch allowed it to be untied, but also was putting a little bit of fraying onto that strap. So we're going to try again and see exactly how this might work out in regards to trying to get this tree limb down. If you've got advice, I'd love to hear it. Be sure and comment down below in regards to maybe a story of you getting limbs down at your house, either from Helene or some other time frame. All right, so now we're going for try number 4. One thing about a post oak, as you can notice here on the top left, the limbs are extremely crooked. They go all different directions, and because of the way this limb had fallen, it had really wedged itself into a knot. As you can see there, that is the 4th try, and we broke the strap again. Now to decide, all right, which direction do we think might be best to pull it from? As you can see behind us, there's still a couple things that we do still have to clean up. We've got basically 2 decent sized logs that we need to move / cut up. I think we should be able to make firewood into at least one of those, and then the other one we're thinking about moving it into the edibles bed, as we have moved several over this way. And it makes it into a really nice border, which is really, really nice. So that's worked really, really well. You can also notice right here that is our rabbit hutch. That was the one thing that we had that the rabbit just didn't make it. He was already getting pretty old. We actually had him since we were at the last house. So weren't really exactly sure how old he was, but or she was, but definitely much older than many rabbits we've had in the past. But it flipped over. We have not gotten it turned right side up because the legs are a little wonky on it, and actually had it up with T-posts, etc. So that's the one thing we have still remaining to clean up here. But otherwise, you know, we've gotten that up. I would say for 2024, probably Helene was one of the biggest hurdles for a lot of people in our area, and we really didn't have it that bad. But there are a lot of people around us that certainly did. So continue to remember those folks that are dealing with just housing situations, trying to get aid and or any other assistance and or insurance or not. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. So if you haven't already, I would encourage you to subscribe right here, and you can also check out the video here as well as this playlist over here for more great Dean Family Acres footage. Looking forward to seeing you guys throughout the remainder of 2025.